Hello, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Hope you all have seen my earlier videos. Do subscribe my channel. Like my videos if you find it helpful. Tell me your problem so that I can come up with solution. Tell me something which is not understandable so that it give me a suggestion to improve my videos also. So now today we are going to start a new topic which is demand. This is again a topic for grade 11 CBSE basically, and this is a very important chapter because this chapter has connection with maximum chapters in microeconomics. Okay, so now let us start. What is demand? Now demand can be expressed with the word want also. Suppose I want something, that does not create a demand. Okay, it will not create a demand. I want something, it will not make it as a demand. Now see, suppose I want to purchase BMW, but right now I don't have money, so I cannot call it as a demand because in market nobody has gone to purchase. You cannot, the company cannot say there is a demand for BMW because I have just thought or I want. Okay, now take another example. You have money to purchase BMW, but you don't want BMW, you want something else. Suppose you might to go around and you want to travel somewhere or something else. So in this way you cannot say there should be two things present to make it as a demand. So you should have a want, you should have an urge that I want to purchase, and you should have money. If you have money but you don't want to purchase, then also you cannot call it as a demand. And if you have want but you don't have money, then also you cannot convert it into demand. That means to make it a demand you should have want and money both. Okay, so now let us see what is the definition of a demand. See, it is a quantity which is demanded at a particular price. That means at a particular price. Suppose today price might be rupees 10, and at 10 rupees how much people are demanding, that is called today's demand. What is the price and what is the time? That means I want to calculate demand for today, I want to calculate demand for 5 years, I want to calculate demand for 10 years. Then you should see at a particular point of time what is people demanding. That is only we can say at demand. Okay, now this demand, basically the biggest relationship it has, it is with price, because it is directly affected with price. Whenever there is a change in price, there will be change in demand also. Okay, how? Let us see. Now, let us study something about the relationship of demand and price. They are having inverse relationship, or you can say negative. That means whenever there is rise in price, that means price is rising, the demand is going to fall, because if the things are becoming costly, I will purchase less. And whenever the price is falling, when the price has become cheaper, I will try to purchase more. Then you can say at that time the demand will rise, right? In this way, we can say that price and demand bears an inverse relationship or negative relationship. When one is rising, the another one will fall, right? Now, let us study this in tabular form. Let's see how we can express this in tabular form, the relationship. Here I'm talking about price, which is in rupees, and demand is in kg. Okay, so price, whenever the price was rupees 5, the people were demanding 2 kgs. This is just an example. Okay, suppose when the price was rupees 5, the quantity demand was rupees 2. When the price has fallen, see, from 5 rupees it has become 4. That means it has become cheaper. So when it will become cheaper, obviously you are trying to purchase more. So when you are purchasing more, the demand will rise. So that's why from 2 kg it has become 3 kg. Now further, suppose the price is falling. Now further it has fallen, then you can say the demand has again risen to 4 kgs. Okay, so in this way, this table, this is an relationship of price and demand in tabular form, you can say. Okay, this table clearly shows when the price is falling here, the demand is going up. Okay, now how you will explain this relationship in graph? Let us start. Suppose I am drawing a graph, a simple graph which can make you clear. I will just take two example. Use your scales, okay? Use your scales for drawing x or y. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. So in x-axis, basically we plot quantity, and in y-axis we plot price. Suppose I'm just plotting two, okay? Rupees one, quantity 1 and quantity 2. Price, suppose rupees 1 and rupees 2, okay? So now you already know how to draw a graph. Suppose when the price was rupees 1, the quantity demand was rupees 2 kg, was 2 kg. Okay. When the price was rupees 1, the person was demanding 2 kg. So when the price, here it is price. So when the price was 1, where you were demanding? You were demanding 2 kgs. Okay. So next, if the demand, if the price has risen, suppose the from 1 rupees it has become 2, so then quantity might fall again, the person may shift to 1 kg. When the price became 2 rupees, the quantity may fall, so suppose it has become 1. Okay, so in this way you see we have formed a line on this basis. So this is called dd means it will express a demand curve. Okay, so here basically you will always find a demand curve which is sloping in this way. Every time you will see a demand curve, it will fall. Okay, why it is falling? Just because of inverse relationship. Okay, because price and demand have a negative relationship. This question you can get in exam also. Why price and demand, why demand curve slopes downward? Demand curve slopes downward because it has a inverse relationship with price. Okay, and it does not bear a direct relationship. When one is falling, the another one is rising. Okay, because of this reason you will see the curve is always falling and sloping downwards. Okay, that means you will always have a graph in this way, demand curve. It will never go in this way. This is not the correct graph. That means you cannot see a graph which is going in this way. Okay, this is wrong. You will always see a demand curve which is having in this way, right? So now there are certain cases where you will never see demand and price is having a inverse relationship. That means in some cases you will see price is rising, then demand is also rising. When price is falling, demand is also falling. So we will study about this in detail in my next videos. So this is all about demand. Okay, let us now just give a recall. Demand is occurring because of two things: want and your money. If you want to purchase something but you don't have money, then you cannot make a demand to happen. Okay, when you have money but you don't want to purchase, then also demand cannot occur. Demand always have an inverse relationship. When one is rising or one is falling, the another one is rising, and when one is rising, the another one is falling. So there is a inverse relationship, and because of this inverse relationship you will always find a demand curve which is sloping downwards. Okay, so that's all for today. Please come up with your doubts, go through this topic in the book also, and do ask me if you have certain doubts. Tell me something through which I can make your videos even more clear to you. Thank you so much.